there we go. Hi everyone, how are y'all doing? Good, good. Thank you for joining us in this beautiful weather. You know, it's giving us a nice downpour right now, but the good thing about it is that you all get to see some orcas today. And yeah, let's give a good round of applause for that. Now, even looking here, we're doing some training sessions with our orcas. I kind of caught the tail end of it, but I saw Amber right in front. This is Orkid. Everyone give her a round of applause. Yes, and she is one of 8 killer whales that's joining us right now at the front. We have another whales at the stage. His name is Keet, and he's getting a little tooth care session there with one of our care specialists. And that's one of the most important things that we do here is that we care for the animals in different ways. So one of those ways is by flushing their teeth, but also by conducting training sessions like you saw there with Orkid. So Amber was working on a behavior called a yaw. So it's like, you know, you say yaw, but at the same time, it's basically having her go into bows right in front of her. So you all probably saw that movement of behavior. But that's one of the ways we can involve our animals in conditioning their mind to learn new things. They're always learning if you think about it in the wild. Is here we want to replicate that as much as possible by asking them to learn these different behaviors and to train them these different behaviors that you all see during our Orca encounter, or just like here today at Inside Look. And even with that, we can also ask them for different behaviors that will help you learn more about them. So today, I'm going to be on and off the mic, just basically giving you little tidbits of what you're seeing in front of you. But this is literally what we do every day. We do a variety of training sessions, but also husbandry care sessions, so ensuring that the animal's health care is in tip-top shape. And just monitoring it, making sure that they're getting stimulated mentally and physically every day. And yeah, just enjoying their company, having time to hang out with them, relating with them. That's very important for our whales, is building a relationship with them, which we want to do every single day. So feel free, you all can come and go as you please. I'm going to be in this center aisleway. I can answer any questions you have, but like I said, I'm going to be on and off the mic, answering questions, but also pointing out some things that you're seeing here today. So I kind of mentioned that we have 8 killer whales here. Orkid, who's actually at stage now with Amber, is the first killer whale born at SeaWorld San Diego, which is pretty cool. She is 34 years old. And Keet, who's swimming by, you see him gliding by the glass here. He is 29 years old. He is one of our males. So we do have 4 females and 4 male killer whales. The youngest is our youngest male. His name is Makani. He's 9 years old. And our oldest is the most famous, I like to say, is Corky. And she just turned 58 this year. So here, Taylor on stage has an object in her hand called a target pole, but she is working on a behavior called an underwater pod swim with Keet. So that is a great behavior to, one, exercise his brain to learn this different concept of swimming underwater, which killer whales do all the time. But we want to ask him to do that on a cue when he is in our sessions. And as he's swimming by, feel free to look at some of his characteristics that make him unique. One of those is you'll see that curled dorsal fin, but also those curled tail flukes. And a lot of people ask, why does the dorsal fin curve? Why do the tail flukes curve? Why do we see that? Now that's a great question, a great observation that you all saw. The dorsal fin actually has no bone or muscle in it, so it can curve and bend. The whales basically are different in their energy level, how they interact in the environment, which can also, we believe, affect the curvature of the dorsal fin. So because it has no bone or muscle in it, over time it can flop over. For males, that dorsal fin can get up to 6 feet tall, which, if you think about it, that's a pretty heavy dorsal fin. So that weight can cause it to curve over time. Now, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, that it is animal dependent, so depending on them. But it doesn't indicate any health status, any emotional status. It doesn't affect them physically or anything health-wise that we've seen. And they're able to interact with their conspecifics, but also species-specific behavior with that curvature of those different areas. So same with the tail flukes as well. No bone or muscle in them, so they can curve. like I said, feel free if you want to come over and ask me any questions. Talk about how amazing killer whales are. I can always talk about that. Another question that we get most commonly is, how much do the whales eat every day? Now, with that being said, they are large animals, so you can expect them getting a lot of food, which some of our animals get over 100 pounds of fish a day. And that fish can range from a variety of herring, capelin, salmon, sardines, and also mackerel. In the wild, killer whales are opportunistic feeders, so they can eat what they find. But of course, you all know they are the top predator, so they definitely gravitate towards those larger fish, even smaller fish, but they can also prey on seals, sea lions, even other whales, and great white sharks. How fast can they swim? That's a great question. So killer whales on average can get up to 30 miles an hour. Yeah, that's pretty fast. And a lot of that is coming from the power that's located in their peduncle, which is that area between where the tail flukes start and where their dorsal fin ends. So right in the middle, that's where the power comes from. And they use those tail flukes to swim up and down and get up to those speeds of 30 miles an hour. And of course, they are specialized for it. They are streamlined in nature. So that's going to allow them to swim right through the water. Knots, that's a great question. I'm not a nautical person, but that is a great question. I actually don't know that. If anyone happens to know how fast 30 miles an hour is in knots, that would be awesome. We can definitely say that. Good question. Oh, we got it. It's 26 knots. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. Yeah. So really looking back here at the Keet session, Taylor has incorporated another trainer to help Keet with the concept. And that basically ear Q-tip looking item there, it looks like he did it, so that's awesome. Good job. Yeah, woo! Good job, Keet. So that item that Hannah has in her hand, Hannah, can you wave that real quick? Yeah, that target pole there. That is going to be used to help ask our animals into different positions. They can target different parts of their bodies on it, so move their pectoral flippers, their side of their body, anything we ask them to target towards. And that helps us train these behaviors that you see here today, these awesome behaviors that you're going to see. So it basically reaches where our hand cannot. So over the water there. We even have some, there's one peeking behind that rock on stage that are, long enough for us to type in the middle of the pool. So my friend here asked an awesome question, is how big are they? That's a great question, good job. Now killer whales can range in size. The largest that we have here is over 10,000 pounds, and his name is Ikaika. And then we have our females who are a little bit smaller. They are in the range of around 6,000 or 5,000 pounds in weight. So that's a really great question. Good job. What's your name? Ellis. Good job, Ellis. Yes. All right, Ivy just asked me another awesome question. What is my favorite thing about killer whales? Oh my goodness, I feel like my favorite thing, and I'll go for two. One, physically, is that I absolutely love the control flippers. So those flippers on the side of their body, they have 5 little digits in them, just like our hands, so they can move and maneuver to help them steer, which is really cool. But also just getting to know them relationship-wise. I work with a variety of animals, and I will say these animals here, orcas, are so intuitive and just so amazing with working with us and building relationships with us. That is really amazing to see them even do that with each other. So that's really one of my favorite things. Good job. Yeah. Yes, so the question here is, you all see these sprayers that are jetting out here? So yes, it is basically like a back scratcher or a body scratcher. Keet in particular here, and a lot of our animals love to put their tail food in those sprayers. It helps to exfoliate the skin off their bodies because they shed their skin about every hour or so. So that's a lot of itchiness that can be occurring. So with that, they utilize the sprayers that we turn on for them to help get that extra skin off. So they're actually very tactile animals as well. They love that touch or that feel, one, because of that. But yes, it's definitely something that they enjoy. Good question. Do they like the rain? So the rain, because it rains so much in San Diego, it is a little bit of enrichment for the whales. They have seen it before, but we don't see that they are actively, what we can see, enjoying it. We can't say they enjoy anything for sure, but it just is something environmentally that's different with them, and it doesn't affect them, to where they don't interact with sessions or anything. So yeah, that's a good point.